When it comes to mosquitoes, most people unfortunately don't really understand where they live and how they can effectively get rid of them. But in this video, we're going to change all that by sharing 3 ways to get rid of these bugs out of your yard that can make your summer a lot more comfortable. This first tip is the simplest and it's totally free. You need to walk around your property and what you're looking for are any areas of standing water, but it might not be obvious. Look up behind my barn, nothing really stands out. Even this turned over sled looks just fine until we look at the edge. Now we can see that I've actually got about 1.5 gallons of water sitting on the rim of this sled, and you might not realize that mosquitoes can breed in just 5 days. So if you get a little rainfall and it gets into this space, those things can be flying around before you know it. But you really need to look around. There are areas you wouldn't even think of, planters, pots, anything where water can collect. Even this little jug that I've got next to my door is filled with water. But there's another spot up above people forget about. If you've got gutters on your house, which I don't have on the back of my barn here, these things get clogged up and they can pool water. And that is just enough for mosquitoes to land, lay their eggs, and now they are flying around everywhere. But what about places like this? Running water on your property might come from a swale, a small stream, anywhere where water is moving. You might think that there's no way mosquitoes could breed in there because you've always heard they need still water. And that is true, but sometimes you get areas like this. That stream feeds off into this ditch and it pools up. So that's where our second tip comes into play. Here you're looking at a mosquito dunk. Many people call them mosquito donuts, but whatever the name, they are formed out of a bacteria that when it goes into water, essentially hunt for those mosquito larvae and they kill them off. But the good news is this is not really a pesticide. It's safe for people, pets, and kids. And while you certainly won't eat these things, these are perfect for anywhere that you've got water that you just can't get rid of. Just toss them in, they'll float on the surface, and the bacteria will be automatically dispersed. Now these generally will cover about 100 square feet of space, and they last for about 30 days. You can also break them apart, so they're perfect for putting in a place like a bird bath. They won't cause any harm to birds or other animals, but they will absolutely wipe out the mosquitoes in as little as 4 days. But what if you don't have any of those water sources or you don't know where the mosquitoes are laying their eggs? Well, mosquitoes always do have to have a water source to breed, but it could be happening at your next door neighbor. The most important area to treat is where mosquitoes rest, because just like people, mosquitoes can't work 24 hours a day, and when they want to take a break, they don't land on leaves, they generally go underneath leaves. This gives them some protection from the sun, and it gives them protection from any other predators. So when most people use mosquito sprays, they're only getting it on the upper portion of the leaves. And this single fact is so important to getting good mosquito control, which means that you need to get a device that can spray a mosquito chemical underneath the leaves. Well, you can get one of these fancy backpack misters. I've shown these in my past videos, but nowadays they can cost upwards of $1,000. But their secret is they combine a chemical along with air. Now what you're seeing here does the same job and it costs under $50. This ingenious device goes on the end of your existing leaf blower. Now most people are going to use a battery-powered model, but you could use a gas blower or any brand that you want. This just simply clamps on the end. You add on your pump sprayer. Now you can get one from them or you can use your own. And when it pressurizes the chemical, it squirts it right in the end of the blower. Now when you combine the power of your backpack blower's air, it creates a super fine mist. The result is totally different than just spraying it. The chemical goes in between the leaves and it even moves them around. That will give you complete coverage on every leaf, even on complex beds where you've just got tons of plants that you could never get into any other way. Now this device is super clever. Now it's certainly not going to replace a commercial mosquito spraying system that might cost you $2 grand, but this is a perfect option for a homeowner that works with equipment that you already own. Now during my test here, I'm just using water, and I'd recommend that you do the same the first few times you use it because they include different tips, so depending on what you're going to spray, you can dial this thing in to work exactly the way you want. You decide what you want to spray. If you want to use a traditional pesticide, that's fine. I highly recommend the product Talstar and Demand CS for doing any kind of mosquito control. But if you want to do something organic, I listed 3 of the best-selling products in the description. Mosquitoes have definitely been out of control this year, so you want to take some action to try to reduce their population. These first 2 methods are easy and they are guaranteed to give you results. This will easily save you money of hiring somebody else. You get to pick what you spray and it is just really simple to do. And be sure to comment below if you've got a better way to get rid of mosquitoes or ideas how to make one of these processes better. And I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more videos coming up.